first went to CatFest Colorado in November of 2022, and I made a video about my experiences because I thought it was like the coolest event that all cat lovers needed to know about. Well, today, nearly 2 years later, I am back with an updated video. Because CatFest Colorado not only still exists, but it has grown a ton, I have a much better understanding of what it's all about, and I have a lot to update you on. So before I go there, I just want to give you some background that I think is really important to kind of understand why I've continued to go to CatFest Colorado and how I've gained this much deeper understanding. So when I went in November 2022, it was literally because I'm a cat person. You guys know who watch this channel. I am the Meownie to the beautiful Miss Katniss Siamese. I am also a cat sitter for Meowtel, and I am a moderator on the Instagram site Meowstagram. Cats are just like, I love them so much. So when I heard about CatFest Colorado, which I believe was like in the media, I knew I had to go. Now, at the time, I was also attempting to teach myself video editing. And so I thought, I'll go to CatFest, I'll take some video clips, and I'll just do like a summary video, a compilation, a review at the end. And I thought it would be a really fun way to practice. So that's exactly what I did, and after CatFest was over, when I was putting said video together, I realized I wanted to use the logo for the show in my thumbnail, and so I sent an email to the show's creator, who's a woman named Dana, and I told her what I was doing, and I asked for permission to use their logo. Not only did she write me back and give me permission, but she sounded really excited, and she said, when you are done with your video, if you could send it my way, I'd love to check it out. So obviously, of course, I was thrilled, and I did that. And after she watched it, she said she loved it. She put it up on the CatFest Colorado website, and we started talking, and this led to her offering me the opportunity to run the CatFest Colorado Instagram page. I have to tell you guys, it was like the coolest thing, because again, when I went to the show, I in no way, shape, or form intended this to become a job of any type, and to have that opportunity present itself, I was thrilled. It was early 2023 when I began. I have been running the CatFest Colorado Instagram page, and this has not only given me deeper insight into the show, but this is why I have kept attending each and every show. And currently there are 2 a year. So November 2022 was the debut show. In 2023, there was a July show in Colorado Springs, and then the Denver show returned in November. And this year, 2024, the July Colorado Springs show recently wrapped up, and we are looking forward to the return of the Denver show on November 10th. So CatFest Colorado in a nutshell is basically a day-long celebration of all things cat. And there are so many components to it, but essentially if you are a cat person, a cat mom, a cat dad, a cat lover, you are the target audience. It is amusing. Probably the number one takeaway that I have now that I did not fully understand when I began going to CatFest back in 2022 is that adoptions are just a huge part of the reason this show exists. So, collectively, since November of 2022, 218 cats and kittens have found their forever homes as a direct result of CatFest. At the July Colorado Springs show, 66 cats and kittens were adopted at that show alone. I think this is just so amazing. Multiple rescues and agencies are there doing live adoptions. They get booths. They're there with the cats and kittens, which you can meet and interact with. They are also, many of them, selling merch to raise money for their missions. Speaking of their missions, I mean, there is no such thing as a shelter or adoption agency that doesn't have a great mission, but there are also some really unique ones that stood out to me. But all of them are doing amazing work, and it is just so heartwarming to me to know that not only are people enjoying themselves at the show, but it's actually making a concrete difference. Another huge part of CatFest are the guests. And I kind of break these down in my head into 3 main categories. So there's like the special guests / guests of honor. There are the cat guests. And then there are also the educational guests. And each show has like a mix of all 3 of these. So in terms of the guest of honor category, at every show, there's usually one main attraction. And this is somebody who goes on the main stage, gives a presentation at a particular time, and is typically at the show with a booth, wandering around, talking to people, taking pictures, and just there all day. So the first show that I went to in November of 2022, this was Mr. Marbles and his human dad. If you don't know Mr. Marbles, he is the brother to I Am Little Bub. Huge Instagram followings. In July of 2023 in Colorado Springs, the guest of honor were the amazing Acro Cats, and they are a traveling cat circus and band that performs all around the nation. They've even been on Netflix. So much fun to watch. I'm so honored that I got to sit front and center and actually see them perform. And at the last 2 shows, we've had a fan favorite.
The internet sensation and the fabulous friend that is Nathan the Cat Lady! Ah!
So if you've not heard of him, Nathan is a content creator and actor who's also dad to 4 cats. He just creates amazing, funny videos, content, and it's all geared toward being a cat lover, rescuing animals. I mean, it's just all the things. In addition to being extremely entertaining, Nathan is doing a ton of good for the animal world. Not only this, but he is just amazingly talented and fun to listen to. So he does a presentation on the main stage.
Eventually I decided to change my name to Nathan the Cat Lady. There was a brief period of Nathan the Cat Daddy, which got real weird real quick. Too many people needed daddies and it wasn't gonna be me. So we went with Nathan the Cat Lady, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna lean into the stereotype a little bit. Hence the cat lady robe, custom made. Yeah, I went all out. Because I was like, you know what, there's too many people that get ragged on for loving cats, and it's time we flip it around. Let's make cat people cool.
It is just so much fun. He's a great addition to the show, and I definitely recommend you check him out on social media to learn more.
If you can follow me on, like she said, the Instagrams or the TikToks or the Facebooks, I'm on all of them. It's all Nathan the Cat Lady. I wasn't creative, it was just one name. Made it easy for you guys.
Also, before anybody asks, yes, Nathan will be returning in November 2024 to our Denver show. That Denver show will also feature another meowsing special guest of honor, Mo Show, the cat rapper. This is somebody I've followed on social media for a long time. Cannot wait to meet him. He's apparently going to do some cat rap on the main stage, so this is going to be so incredibly cool. So another main category of guests are the cats, and they're called guest cats, celebrity cats, whatever you want to call them. They're basically cats that have social media followings, so you can meet them, you can pet them, you can take pictures with them, you can hear their stories, and each show has a handful of celebrity or guest cats. We've had Baloo from one of my personal favorite Instagram accounts, Henry the Colorado Dog. If you're not familiar with this account, amazing pictures of a cat and dog sibling team, and they do all the outdoorsy stuff, and the photography just blows me away. It was so cool to meet Baloo, and Baloo's owner gave a presentation on the stage just talking about their story and how they got to where they are and answering questions. We've had Liebchen. He is an adventure cat from Aspen and also amazing photography, goes on so many fun adventures with his owners. At the most recent show, July in Colorado Springs, we had Bree from Mad Fluffs. Gorgeous black cat. Owner is an amazing cat photographer. I've got a story about this in a little bit, but anyway, we were honored. Another guest that really stood out to me was therapy cat Zelly. She appears at Denver International Airport regularly to interact with travelers. Personal story, used to be terrified of flying. I did get over it, but especially at that time when I was terrified of it, running into a therapy cat at the airport would have made all the difference. We've had that cat Pluto, who lives in Colorado Springs, has 2 human sisters, and goes on amazing adventures with the family. Mountain Mauser has been a guest cat, and Mauser, also an adventure cat that goes on a ton of meowsing adventures. Another account definitely worth checking out. Most recently, we had Seamus William and Bandit Marshmallow. Now, this is a kind of cool story because Seamus William originally went to Catfest with his owner just to go, because cats are loud. We'll get into that in a minute. And she put him down on a table, and literally people just started lining up thinking he was a guest cat, and he just loved it. So we invited them to be guests, and he did great. His first show was July in Colorado Springs. So cool to meet them. We also had Maddie Bear, the ragdoll kitty cat, and crew. Oh my gosh, Maddie Bear, gorgeous, and has lots of siblings. It was so awesome to meet them. So, I mean, I could go on about cat guests all day, but the important thing to stress is there's a lot of cats for you to meet in person, for you to pet, for you to take pictures with, and for you to follow on social media. And finally, each show also has a handful of educational guests, and these are people like vets, or animal communicators, or there was a guy, an expert at building catios, that will give presentations sometimes, or they'll have booths, and they're there to answer your questions, provide information, and just like the insight that you get from the different aspects of the cat world just adds another little special kind of takeaway from this show, which I think is extremely valuable. Okay, a fan favorite is the costume contest. There has been a costume contest at every Catfest that I've went to, And it is so much fun to see because there are 3 different categories. There are adults, kids, and cats. And each show, there have been entries in all of them, and some of the creativity and costumes that you see just blow me away. So the format is essentially each contestant will get a number and they'll walk across the stage, show a panel of judges, tell a little bit about their story, and then the judges will deliberate and the awards are given. Anybody can enter, so if you have a great costume idea, if you have a cat that can tolerate a costume, feel free to enter. Definitely when you're at CatFest, check out the costume contest. On a bit of a more serious note, and this is something that really, really stood out to me from the very first CatFest that I went to, there is like an Egyptian cat Oasis area that includes not only like tarot card readers and animal psychics, but a memory wall. And the memory wall is essentially a place where you can honor cats who have crossed the rainbow bridge. You can honor them by writing a special message to them. You can honor them by taping a photo on the wall if you so choose. You can honor them with a moment of silence. This was not something that I expected to see at CatFest the first time that I went. It's actually the first time I've seen something like this at any show. And to say that I was touched is an understatement. Those who know my story know that I went through a very, very, very difficult cat loss 6 years ago. That is, in fact, the cat I had prior to Katniss. Katniss came into my life and I do believe saved me. If you've been through a tough loss, and especially if there are circumstances around it that were excruciatingly difficult, you may be able to relate to the fact that this has never eased completely, and it never probably will. And so just the fact that I was able at that show to honor Sweet Maddie's memory, as well as other cats that have been in my life, was so appreciated. Any great show has merch, and CatFest is no exception. There are just tons of booths of all kinds of cool products. There are products for yourself as a cat person. There are products for your fur babies. And then I also think of products, I guess they could also be for yourself, but gifts for if you have cat lovers in your life, friends, etc. So I go in there with this mindset of all of those things. And it's just fun to look around and see all the different creative products that are out there. I have yet to go to CatFest without making a purchase, and this time was no exception. So I bought a couple of things. Number one, something that stood out at the July 2024 Color to Spring show is there was an extremely young entrepreneur there, and I so admired her creativity and ambition. She was selling little jars of handmade slime. She had homemade these, and she had given them cat-themed label names and drawn like a cat picture on the top. And she had this thing going where if you showed her a picture of your cat, she would draw it for a fee. I had to support this. I so was blown away by her ambition, and so I bought some slime. The other thing I did, which I'm extremely excited about, is I bought Katniss a page in a magazine. So this is a fundraiser that a photographer is doing on behalf or to raise money for the Feline Fix. And essentially they're putting together a magazine called Feline Colorado, and you could buy a page for your cat in it. And with this comes a professional photo shoot to get those pictures. And I've never had professional pictures taken of Katniss, and I cannot wait to see how this goes. And don't worry, I'll definitely let you know on this channel how it does. And there's a chance to being in this magazine, a chance, not a great one, but a chance she could even end up on the cover. But regardless, I'm so excited. With that came a little kitty cat stuffed animal in a bag and 2 tickets to Denver's Black Cat Ball, which is also another meowsing little perk. But the bottom line is, when you go to CatFest, prepare to do some shopping. It is definitely worth it, and there is a ton to check out. CatFest also features creation stations, and this is basically an art area where you can create cat masks, cat toys, cat jewelry, or if you want, you can just color cat-themed coloring pages. And so this allows people to not only express their creativity, but it gives you something tangible that you can take home from the show. So instead of buying merch, or in addition to buying merch, you have something else that you can make. I made a bracelet that combines my 2 loves, the Colorado Rockies and cats. Fun fact, I've worn this bracelet since I made it to a couple of Rockies games, both of which they've won, so there might be a little bit of luck going on here. But it's just a really fun addition to the show. Every CatFest includes a TICA Cat Show and some educational opportunities from TICA. So this is held in a separate room, but you can literally walk back and forth between the two, and you can watch the cat shows in the rings. Obviously there's people there with their cats that are in the shows, And throughout the day, TICA also offers some educational breed meet and greets, which is essentially where they bring in a particular breed of cat and you can meet that cat live, you can ask questions about the breed, you can learn about the breed. And so it really just adds another, education, again, there are the educational guests and then there are the educational just booths opportunities. All of it just helps you as a cat owner gain a better understanding, and it's really cool. CatFest also includes just a ton of just I'm gonna say random, but like general entertainment there's no category except entertainment. There are face painters, there are bouncy houses, there are stage things like you can play cat bingo. There was something at the Colorado Springs show where it was like the craziest cat story panel. So you had 3 people and they would each get a chance to tell their crazy funny cat story. And then somebody in the audience could challenge that story and then like audience applause would determine who the winner was. There are cat tunes playing all day. And there's a lot more cat songs than I was aware of, by the way. Some of the shows have a special guest DJ Rockstar Aaron. This particular show, so I think July in Colorado Springs, but also November in Denver coming up, the Hello Kitty 50th anniversary celebration. So the bounce house was not only Hello Kitty themed, but Hello Kitty herself was at this show taking pictures and had a booth. And Hello Kitty, I love Hello Kitty. As you may be able to tell from the background, I've done a mini makeover in honor of Hello Kitty's 50th anniversary. And so that was just another little touch. Another thing that's present at every show is they have a Hiss-tory of Cats, and you can walk down and you can read a timeline of literally cats way back when to cats present day and how they've evolved. Very cool. You learn lots of fun facts. Some shows have a cat art show. So in November, there will definitely be one. So if you are an artist and you do something cat themed, you can not only display it, but you can sell it. And altogether, there is just a lot. There's so much to do. I could go on and on and on, but if you are a cat person and you like having fun and you like learning about cats and you like being around cats and you like seeing cats, definitely this is the show for you. Of course, what show would be complete without a snack area? And so the cool thing about the snack area is that yes, they sell food and drinks and there's refreshments and there's a place to sit down and enjoy them, but you don't just sit down and enjoy them, it's the Cat Video Cafe where you can watch funny videos that are cat themed while you enjoy your snacks. So in sum, guys, CatFest Colorado is the perfect event for cat people. If you are somebody who loves cats, if you are somebody who owns cats, if you are somebody who rescues cats, if you are someone who's curious about cats, if you are just into having fun, it is definitely an event to check out. You can entertain yourself, you can learn things, you can meet cats, you can network with other cat people. There's just, the list goes on. I'd also say you just never know what's going to happen when you go to one of these shows. My own personal experience should be an example of that. I went to create a video and it turned into a very cool job. So I'm thrilled about that. So if you are someone who's interested in having a booth, or perhaps bringing your cat as a guest, or perhaps being a guest, or any other ideas you have, definitely reach out to us. There's a quote that I love. It is by the famous chef Julia Child. It is, "Find something you're passionate about and keep tremendously interested in it." This is like my life philosophy. It has always served me well. I don't think you can ever go wrong immersing yourself in things you're passionate about. So cat people, definitely check out CatFest Colorado. You will not be sorry. Okay, before we wrap up, I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I frequently get on Instagram and that I myself was wondering when I first went to CatFest Colorado. By far the most popular question, can I bring my cat? So the factual answer is yes, cats are allowed. They have to be up to date on shots. The caveat that I would add to this as a cat person and someone who's been to a lot of shows is it is loud, it is crowded, and there's a lot going on. And not all cats are going to love this environment. So be really honest with yourself about how you think your cat would do. Truthfully, as much as I would love to bring Katniss, I really don't think this is the type of event she would enjoy. She tends to get really intimidated by unfamiliar environments. So instead of bringing her, I chose personally to wear a shirt that had her on it. Fun fact, this was a gift from one of her Instagram friends in a gift exchange that we did. And it turned out to be incredible luck for the Rockies because I wore it 7 games in a row. They went on a winning streak. They won all 7 of those games. Some of those wins were pretty improbable. And in fact, it caught the attention of the Rockies broadcast crew, and I even got on TV. Second question I've gotten a lot recently is tell me about the early bird option. So typically, tickets to CatFest are $20 a person. There are group discounts if you buy them early, and and children are different. However, you can upgrade that to $40 for a VIP pass. Now, this is a relatively new addition. It first debuted at the Colorado Springs show this year, but essentially what this gets you is early access to the show, so you get in before the general public, line skipping, you get special seats in like the front area for the main stage presentations, which if you care about having a good view, about being able to take photos or video clips, well worth it. And you get a cute little kitty ear souvenir headband. So that is what the VIP pass is. It's up to you to determine if that's worth it, but definitely know it is an option. Final question is, are there other shows in addition to Catfest? And the answer is absolutely. So like one of the coolest things about Dana is she has shows that cater to a lot of different passions. So there are chocolate festivals. Unicorn Festival is a show that caters toward like fairies, princesses, magic, unicorns, dragons, and for the first time this year, Denver Dog Fair is debuting. So this is taking place November 23rd and 24th at the Arapahoe County Fairgrounds, and it's basically, from what I understand, going to be just like Catfest, but for dogs. There are going to be indoor and outdoor portions of it, and a lot of activities. I cannot wait. I am super, super excited. If you want more information about that show, definitely check out the website. Follow us on Instagram because we will be posting the updates as it gets closer. And if you do check out Catfest or any of these other shows, let me know how it goes. We love seeing your photos, video clips, etc.